After last week, we figured we should bring some reinforcements. Or last month, I guess I should say. Lucy, I wouldn't dare. That being said, I think most people are here that I'm expecting. Grumpity will make her usual. She's coming. She'll make her usual, fashionably late arrival, as per usual. I'm going to say the word usual 8 more times. Let's see how it goes. So welcome, everyone. Thanks for coming. It's April, officially. April Fool's Day, even. So, take everything I say as per usual. Usual. With a grain of salt, but particularly today. And if you're hearing the lawnmower in the background, I apologize. We're all working from home today.
Aw, it's your lawnmower guy.
I know, he's here, see? Everybody missed him.
Missed him last week.
No. Apparently, the lawn mowing service is an essential service. So, that's good, I guess. Okay, so we don't have too much to go over in terms of new features, but I do have a small list of things that I did want to talk about that has been released since the last time we all talked. There's a couple of things on here that I know y'all have been asking for, so let's just get through it. Starting very quickly, the keyword service that has been causing people stress for, including me, for the last, 6-7 months. It was down for a hot second, and we took that opportunity to go ahead and fix up a lot of things, including you will now, if you are a marketplace lister, get notifications if your listings have been unlisted for web. That's a huge win for all of us. I'm really glad that I could do that. It is in mortal time, like a day. It wasn't long. No, I believe the notifications actually come in via email. Can be sent directly from the marketplace. So that's big time. We still have a lot of work we're trying to do on that thing. Make it better both for you and for us, and make sure everybody's protected. But also make it as transparent as we are legally allowed to be. So we're still working on it, but we think this is a pretty good first step. Okay. 2, you may have noticed the instant polling, some of the polling stuff that we've got going on. I think at the moment it's basically just saying, are you likely to recommend Second Life? Good news, most people are. So that's actually pretty wonderful. We're seeing some really good numbers there. You should see it when you log into Second Life for the first time. Once you fill it out once, you won't see it again. Although Kira can correct me.
And we've actually turned it off, so we're not annoying people all the time.
Well,
we ran it for a month.
Mind.
It was.
Would like to recommend Second Life. You should recommend Second Life regardless.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, it wasn't in the viewer. It was on the web.
Particularly now, when everybody's spending a lot more time indoors, we feel like Second Life is well suited. Anyway, there's going to be more of those. We have lots of ideas about what we're going to start putting on there, and we look forward to all your feedback there. Okay, and then I have a whole mess of things that we've been doing for the marketplace. So get ready. Ready? Everybody ready? Okay, here we go. So we did a whole number of fixes around English and non-English listings. There were some translation issues. There was alternate language descriptions weren't appearing correctly. Things along those lines. We fixed a ton of those. Some of the transaction email settings, we fixed those up. We cleaned up an issue where some listings weren't appearing in search on your managed listing pages. We cleaned up the behavior of received items on XYZ date. We have done a bunch of stuff around the session handling between Second Life and Marketplace, so single sign-on essentially. In some cases you were getting issues where if you were signed on different alts in two of the places, it would look like you were buying something for one alt, but you were actually ended up buying it for another alt. That, and also the session handling bit. And let's see here. Talked about you're being alerted after the keyword stuff. I think that's all of the marketplace things that I have in front of me. Cleaned up some transaction emails and settings. And then we also have done a bunch of work on new marketing pages, refreshes and updates on a lot of different properties. And if Brett wants to, Brett can talk about that in just a second. I will not put Brett on the spot. And finally, we made some privacy policy updates. So March may not have been as busy as February and January and November were, but we feel like we got a lot of stuff out. The major stuff has been name change, which I would love to throw to Kira. A little update on that.
Yeah. So name changes, I know everybody's anxious to see those. We are getting really, really close now. All of the major pieces for name changes are in our capable hands of our QA team at this point in time, going through, testing everything. So I would like to be able to say, hey, we're going to have it out on this date. But as most of you probably know, if something's found in the QA process, we need to stop and fix it if it's something horrible. So I will say with probably some level of confidence, but also with a disclaimer that may change depending on what's found in QA, that it will be coming this month. Probably sooner than 4 weeks, but we'll have more info soon.
Thanks, Kira. Did you also want to take a moment to talk about the fun new thing that you deployed this morning?
Yeah. Yeah, so we deployed something new this morning. If you all are premium members and are interested in those little used things called Linden homes, there is a new house out. The log homes were deployed this morning. There were a total of 236 regions put out on the grid. There are 4,828 log home parcels. And as of shortly before this meeting, only 10% were taken. So they're being slowly adopted. There's a few little problems with a couple of them, but the moles and the land team are all out there working hard on those to make those little bugs go away. Get the bugs out of the log homes. But yeah, they're open and available. And we're seeing some people leaving their other Linden homes, either the early ones or these newer ones. So if you've been waiting to look for a particular Linden home, you might want to check it out now. Now might be the time to grab one of the more popular styles.
Yeah, it's a ton of work goes into that, mostly by the moles and the whole land team over there. The web team does everything we can in order to support them, but really have to give as much credit as possible to what they're doing.
Yeah, and we do have roads there. There are roads.
Indeed. We're pretty proud of it. We think it's super cool. Please go check them out. Let's see what's next on my list. Let's see. Grumpity. Did you want to talk about anything before I throw it over to potentially Brett? See if Brett wants to raise his hand.
I didn't have anything. I have to say the fact that everybody is staying inside has been a wonderful reminder to people that Second Life is a great place to, as Ebe says now, stay safe and stay virtual. And we've been seeing a lot of activity in SL, which is fantastic, and I'm super happy about it. Be nice to the people who haven't been in a while or are checking it out for the first time. And we all hope you enjoy.
Indeed. This is all of our personal living rooms, right? So let's be respectful to our new guests. Hey, Brett, what's happening over on the marketing side? We've done a bunch of refreshes.
Yeah, a lot. I just put in text some of the info that I'll talk about. So last time I was here, I think I mentioned we had either just launched or were about to launch our enterprise site, which is at connect.secondlife.com. And that continues to be iterated. That was put together pretty quickly, honestly. So we're updating it as more stuff comes in. The most noteworthy addition, although there are more in the works, is the addition of an Explore page, which is a page that highlights our new turnkey meeting spaces with more in the works. You can see video fly-throughs and descriptive text. And again, we'll continue to do that as offerings evolve. And then on the consumer side, not as much as visible on the website currently, but on our campaign, for example, our paid ad campaigns, etc., we have a whole new set of creatives that speak to, we're internally calling them the comfort campaign. And it's simply because, obviously, in this time that we're in with the public health crisis, we're just, as I think I've said before, we're really trying to just do justice to SL community and also not do anything. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen some campaigns that I view to be exploitative and frankly problematic. Is a quick, way to grab a buck, and I don't want to do that. But I also want to acknowledge the fact that SL is a place of comfort and joy and solace for people who are struggling with the anxiety and the stress that we're all going through. It's a utility that really serves a good purpose for people. And so with that in mind, we are trying to find ways to bring that part of the messaging to the surface. We call it our comfort campaign. So there's, I view tasteful campaigns that just sort of remind people of Second Life as a place and socialize, dance, you can laugh, you can have joy, you can alert. All of these things find a place of happiness, frankly, when the world around them seems chaotic. And so that's something that we're doing more of. And then that may find its way on the actual proper secondlife.com page. It's too premature to talk about that because there's a lot of internal discussions to be had about it, but we're sort of toying with what messages are. Sorry if I'm cutting out, but I typed most of that. I hope that helps. But yeah, that's kind of the headline of what we're up to.
Yeah, I'm getting most everything you were saying there, Brett. It's not too bad.
Thanks.
Okay, I think that concludes the official Linden pronouncements portion of the meeting. Told you it would be fast. We managed to do it in 15 minutes. Woohoo! So here we are. Question and answer. What you guys got? I brought all the reinforcements this time. Honey, yeah, I'll work with Brett to make sure that everything goes out, what he wrote there, and what I'm going to write later. So with regards to Plus, I can tell you that we have all of the new updated flows, the new updated copy. There's going to be some refreshes on several pages that you're already familiar with. Basically all of the behind-the-scenes stuff, the things that we can't quite announce and the things that you probably don't necessarily are looking for is all done. We're still sitting on the various values right now, but at some point Grumpity will take my mute off about that.
Oh, nice one, Reed.
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
to redirect.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, I work for you. You tell me when I can tell stuff.
Uh, okay.
But yeah,
Scrolling
the work's
back
continuing. We're getting close.
closer. Plusers? Oh my goodness. Uh, hope as soon as we're ready to talk about the details of Plus, I will, remove the gag order, apparently, or whatever that is. Um, and scrolling back up, I missed a question from Kira about Kyra. I think you're Kyra, sorry, about premium benefits to concierge, and the answer is you should hit up support, because you may be looking for a specific benefit, and I don't know which one that is. There are a number of premium benefits that are indeed extended to concierge residents.
おかしな考えね。
Ooh, I like Plusies.
I like Plusieurs.
I know Plusieurs is pretty good too. It is a very Hoosiers sound to it.
We really opened a can of worms with that one, Reed.
I don't think so. I love this kind of words.
System. And it's all downhill from there. Lucy, I've started regretting it, but I don't think I can take it back now.
That deal was signed in blood. Ooh, Plusicorns. That is good.
Inara, I don't know how to pronounce that.
I want a Plus Moose. Grumpity, can we do a Plus Moose?
Oh my goodness, yes. May have to bribe a few moles, but yes.
I think I need to redo my Linden Bear as a Plus Moose.
Would it really have to be pink, though?
I mean, you can't limit the Plus Moose. Plus Moose, that's what it
Can I
wants.
have a rainbow Plus Moose? I mean, really.
My answer to you is yes.
Thank you. Alright, this has gone on far enough. What else?
Look, the more we talk about this, the less we get raked over the coals for everything else. Because I will end this at 3.
Raked over the coals, Reed.
Indeed.
Don't give people ideas.
I just assume they all meet beforehand and pass out pitchforks.
Jeez, keep it down. I can hear you guys at my house.
Ekim is not Plus. Let it be known. Oh, you heard it here. See that? Brooks says nothing to complain about.
Woohoo!
That's all
This
I need.
meeting is adjourned.
Yep. Shut it down.
We should always schedule these right as the Linden homes go out. I don't know if Patch can really keep a monthly cadence though.
Yeah, he probably could, but I don't think the moles could.
So hard to find QA time for that too.
If only the moles were more Plus.
You can't out-plus the Plus moles.
This is my favorite meeting so far today. Lucy, give me one. Give me a taste. Throw me a softball right over the plate. Oh yeah, those World API ratings. Yeah, what did happen to that? Hold on.
Right. I'm glad Reed remembers what you're talking about because I have no recollection of those events.
No, please carry on without me.
Mm. Wow, that's a lot of pressure. Go for it. Uh, Toothless Dragon, this is not the right meeting, but we have discussed this in another meeting, and we're going to do some things to allay certain fears um, more as soon as we're ready to talk about it. Web profiles to go bye-bye. There's some viewer fixes that need to happen for us to finally get rid of them. It's just
ごめんなさい。
behind a bunch of other maintenance work. I would like to get rid of them too. And I think we recently gave them a kick. They're going away. They're by going we mean going away. Yeah. I don't think there'll be a single tier shed for the web profiles, seriously. You can cry all alone. All 3 of those tiers. Okay.
Who invited him to this meeting?
I don't know.
I have
You were like,
questions.
anybody's welcome.
I know. I'm really actually feeling bad about it now.
Yeah.
Got Mr. Non-Plus over there,
いいかしら。
causing trouble.
Honey, what do you mean legacy searches?
"知らなかったわ。
Non-web profile feed. The profile feed will still be accessible on the legacy profiles. It'll just be by itself without all the other web profile stuff attached to it. It'll be a separate tab for the profile feed, yeah. Nope. That's fine.
ああ、そういえば。
Yeah, it will still be accessible in World. We do have an unreasonable amount of meetings.
Some of us more unreasonable than others.
It's how we stay entertained. It's not actually. hope that is not true. At least like 50% of our meetings are on video. And thank you for the vote of confidence, Sonia. I am fully clothed. Yeah. I'd say our in-world meetings versus like video meetings are about 50-50, which requires at least wearing something. Lucy, you know, if morale doesn't improve, then we'll have to institute meetings on the forums, and consider various limits on posting. There's not a specific limit in place as of right now.
質問があるの。
It's entirely possible. There are a lot of people with limited outlets for their creative urges these days, so.
Yeah, okay. New rule. Kim doesn't get to come to the next one.
Wait, what? Yeah. Turn off the forums. That's a great plan. Your trick for not getting invited to meetings is working, you can. Alright, Lucy, shoot. Oh, and you think if they turn off the forums, then you won't get any questions? They can.
Thought you were worried you wouldn't have anything to say. Come on, you should want questions. Everybody write a question for Ecom to answer on LabGab. That's your job. Make it specific for him.
Lucy, I saw that post on the forum. It was really short on detail. Also, if that was the grammar used, then it clearly didn't come from us. If this actually is a thing, a Jira or a support contact or something where we can see what the exact text is would be fantastic. So if we are seeing, it does sound suspicious, and we are not sending emails like that as far as I know, and haven't. Are you so? If this is the single post I saw on the forums, that was exactly like what the text of the post was. If there was something else about this, then send me details. I'm curious to follow it up. Yeah. Okay. I'll read through the thread and I'll see if it needs any follow-up. Thank you.
Cairo, we're working on that right now. I know you guys don't like to hear the word soon, so I'm not going to say that. All I can tell you is that it's in progress. the first thing that we're going to do is start sending out emails when we see that it's coming in from a recognized device. So we will get some of those. They will not be like what you just what we were just talking about, where we're saying, here's all the other devices we've seen from you. But yeah, once we do have a more robust 2FA implementation, we'll be rolling that out primarily as an opt-in at first, and then
At some point further down the road, based on risk, it will become required. Yeah, Ekim, definitely, your plan is working.
yeah, see.
無理だわ。もっと聞かせてよ。もう一つ質問いいかしら。
Oh, I see what it is now. This is Ekim's April 1st promise everybody everything solution. I got it. Yes, Sonia, you can have variants. They're almost ready.
I could have sworn we shot down this particular plane. We had a way better person than Ekim to do it too.
Nobody's better than Ekim.
Oh, don't. See, that's April Fool's right there. Don't listen to her, Ekim. Don't let it go to your head.
Ekim's pretty awesome.
I have to work with him every day.
He's all
to me.
質問があるの。
read. I apologize. I think we're all a little punchy.
Yeah. Lucy, hey, so I have an answer to your question about the World API maturity ratings. I'm going to put it in the forum post. I need to, basically I have internal documentation that I need to translate into, more public consumption. So it's going to be a little bit hard for me to do it here. But this forum post is the one I'm talking about. Let me put it there for everyone so y'all can follow along if you want to know the answer to Lucy's questions. I mean, unfortunately, Hope, I think you hit the answer on the button. It's probably going to have to wait for Tuesday. We don't have any control over, at least on this team, we don't have any control over what the support case topics are. I mean, I can go ask them, but it's going to have a lot more weight coming from you. Y'all aren't waiting for me to write a forum post, are you?
Not quite yet. Okay.
He's not planning to during this meeting.
Alright. I have had a meeting for almost every minute of the day starting at 9 a.m. today, Pacific. So I'm going to bow out before my next meeting.
Thank you, Grumpity. Appreciate your input and your time. I will be here for the next 15, so if anybody has any further questions, feel free to bug me while she's gone.
Ciao. Don't tell them a thing, Reed.
See, there you go. You heard it from her. You can ask questions, but I can't tell you anything. Nothing. Everything. Mars, that's an interesting idea. I'm unclear how we would store it on the back end that would make it a useful feature. I mean, right now storage is storage, right? I mean, I guess it would mean that it isn't loaded for you. Might make things faster on your side. That's an interesting point. Yeah. Yeah. It's something to potentially throw out as a feature request, or bring to the viewer, the in-world user group. Not much we can do about it here, but Mars, I haven't seen you around for a while, so I'll just let you know the same thing we say every month. We do, in fact, triage all bug requests every week. I sit in that meeting. I know it to be true. So at max, your request goes at most 7 days before a Linden looks at it. Mars, that's correct. It is after name change. So we will shift many resources. Some of them have already been shifted over to Premium Plus as soon as the name change project has completed. That will become a hot ticket until it's done. I don't have a specific date for you, but trust me that that will be announced as soon as we are ready to start announcing things. Along with all of the other details, you know, what you'll get, how much it'll cost, etc., etc. Hope it's 2 different teams working on those, so those will be going concurrently. It's got nothing to do with EAP. We will race them. We'll see who comes out first. I trust Oz. If he thinks that it's soon, it should be soon. And on that note, it's 3 o'clock. Thanks, everyone. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you again next month. Cheers.